Hello and welcome back. Today, yeah, usually I have a lazy Saturday, but this week is also a lazy Wednesday. I wanted to do so many things, but there was one problem. I was lazy. So, but it gives me the opportunity to do all kinds of little things and tell you also what is coming. And yeah, last week I was a bit tired and I connected my voltage reference wrongly because I was playing with the power supply and I had too many cables lying around, and I accidentally put 12 volts on the input of my voltage reference, and yes, well, it died. But, and this is the AD584. It's a very nice reference. It does 2.5 volts, 5 volts, 7.5 and 10, and this one was one of the rare ones that actually was sort of calibrated, or at least I put the values with a very proper multimeter, an excellent 34401A. I bought this last year, so that was 2020, but the last calibration of that excellent was 2018. But at least you got something that you could grab. But I killed it, so that was a pity. It was a KH version, so it was you have different versions of the AD584. You have the J, that's the cheapest one, and then you have the K, and now I saw a few months ago there is an L. So there is also an LH, and that one is also coming because I wanted to have that one. But meanwhile, you saw me a lot playing a bit more with the LBO2A, also very precise, but a lot more expensive. And that one was around 100, and these are around 20 or 25 if you want the LH. But I ordered the chip, what it's all about. I will zoom in on that later, so maybe I replace that and have a look how the values are. Also, this one has a higher temperature stability. I will play that with this one another time. And this is the LM399, which should be more precise or stable in temperature. And as you can see, they also put the values. And I think this one was done with the Keatley, I think. I have it somewhere, I show you then. And something I still want to do, but that is then I need a lazy Saturday or Sunday. This is an airband receiver, and this has a little PLL, and I think you have then the R20, which is the most simple, then you have the R40 and the R60, and this is even the R80, I see. And so we're gonna play another time with this. And I don't know if you have seen my other videos. That was about the ATS20. I bought that one from AliExpress. I think from the TZT or the TZT or the ZTZ store. And they had also free shipping, but also free return. And I tried that one. I did an upgrade and made a video about that, how you can do that, where you find the libraries, what libraries you need to install. And it turned out that the HF was not working. So, well, I sent it back. You don't even need to give a reason why, but of course I did, because they need to know it was not good. So it's not shipped to someone else. And meanwhile, I ordered a Banggood one. And in the picture there, it was a big white knob. So I thought, okay, this is the same machine. It also says ATS20. Let's see what it was. And to my surprise, it was a nice black encoder, as it should be. Only here it said ATS20 in the back and in the front, both. And the metal looks a little bit different. But let's see if this one works. I already charged it. In that video, I wasn't sure if the LED would change color, if it was needed to be charged or not. This one was red, and when it was full, it became blue, while the other one, I think, was only a green LED. So that's that. And if you were in the classic week, I had this huge from Leeds, and I forgot the name. Leeds Cambridge, or I had this huge Whetstone bridge, and it was missing a meter. Well, I found one. So I can add that also later. And from one of my friends, he lives in Italy. He said, you always have the Chinese stuff, and he had some bad experience with some of the Chinese websites. So he found European equivalents, I think from Greece and Portugal. So we have a splitter for GPS, and we have a nice GPS DO. This is from AD584KH, and this is from the Greece guy, I think, the SV1 AFN. And we will play with that also. He sent this to me because he's going on holiday and he doesn't have access to his check. So he said, I will send it to you, try this European stuff and see what you think quality-wise. Because sometimes it is better to buy within Europe if you don't want problems. And I found here 2 little baby oscilloscopes, and I just need to have them. They were really cheap, and local eBay again, so the shipping is almost nothing. And yeah, they are fully working, both of them, and they look exactly the same, but it's just a little difference in the type number. So we're gonna play with that too. But today I think I check if this little radio is working, the ATS 20, and I can do an upgrade. And also I want to fix my voltage reference. So I will start with the voltage reference with AD584, and I have here actually different models, so I will show you quickly. So there are different models. As I said, you have the AD584, the J, the K and the LH versions. And this is one of the cheapest. And this is the JH. And that one is has a little bit more tolerance than the others. And so it is less precise. First, let me show you what is actually wrong with it. So I will connect it to the Keithley. Yeah, you can see that. And well, this is one of the first ones, and they are actually good because it does switch off. The newer ones sometimes have this switch on the side to switch it off, but this one is really controlled by the board. So if I switch it off, it actually really is off. And so there is also a difference in the boards, because if I now, you see, it's on. This should be 2.5 volts, so it's clearly broken. 5 volts, 7.5 and 10. So this one is not good, and I just put the voltage right in there. And well, there should not be too many other components in between the chip and the outputs, because yeah, the chip has the output, so it goes directly to the chip, I think. So we just open it. So I was just checking if I was right, because here we have the red wire, which is the positive. It goes down here. If we turn, it is this one right here, and it goes directly here from the IC right there. So what I want to do, I want to desolder this one, but it is a round one, and as you can see here, here is that pin that marks the probably the first pin, just like the other ICs. So I want to mark it there, so there is absolutely no mistake about it. I will just get my huge marker and I will just put it there. Then I know when I put it back, this is my pin 1. Well, let's see if we can do it. It's already broken, and yeah, I did buy the chip. I think it was $10 or $12, so I hope I really don't break it, but yeah, it is worth a try. And in the microscope, it doesn't look that small, but let me tell you, it is small. So yeah, let me see. I hope I don't break it completely. Okay, that looks like I took it out good, that pin. Okay, next one. Heating, circular motion. Yes. Okay. Now I need to see if it is really loose. Oh, I thought I had a little screwdriver, but okay, this one seems loose. Maybe if I push. Yeah, also loose. Okay. Well, first I need to change my weller point also, because this one is a little bit too big. I should have done that already. And now I need to do it. Now it's hot, but it is possible. Okay, that was all very small and tricky. I managed to put it back together. I needed to do it twice because they are not symmetrical. And I was watching if this hole for the USB where you charge it was in the correct spot. But then you can also do it like this. And this hole is a little bit smaller than this hole here. I don't know why, but I couldn't close it, so I needed to do it again. I already checked. It does indeed switch over to the different voltages, but that is just the switching electronics. So let's see. I hope, because I closed it, but if I already killed it, then I already killed it. So connect it. The IC is new, the AD584, so probably it needs to burn in a few hours. But let's just see what it does. Okay, this is the 2.5 volt. And yes, now you can say, yeah, which one is correct? Is the Keithley or the... But the Keithley usually agreed with the values that were before on the sticker. The 5 volts. Yeah, and it probably needs to stabilize because it's brand new, the IC, and usually you need to burn it in a little bit. This one is a little bit more off. And the 10 volts. And that it is a little bit off, that doesn't need to be a problem, because we just need to write down with the good meter what the values are. And when we know what the values are, you just adjust it to that on your other device. So now it's time to play a little bit with the receiver that we have, the Si4732. I had it already from AliExpress, but there was a problem with it. But I showed you how well it was packed, and yeah, in that sense, I don't understand Banggood. Maybe they are not that much into electronics, because it is just loose. It just has a garbage bag around it, and they put it like this. There is a bubble wrap, but it can just move like this. So I hope the encoder is not broken. It has an antenna. They even provided little feet that you can put under it. But it didn't come with a USB cable. And from the TZT store, it was nicely packed. And that was from Ali. Nicely packed. And it had also a nice USB cable. And but let's see. And that one came with the firmware. I think it was almost one of the latest. I could just, it was already 307, I think, but it was like 307B instead of D. I think we're already at F right now. So let's see what comes this one with. I already charged it. I will zoom in and we switch it on. So let's see if we can switch it on and what we will find. Arduino 115. It does use the library of POTCLR, and we hear some noise, so it does switch on, but it has very old firmware. But if it works, it works. So now the volumes are like this, I think. Does receive. I think the sound is a little bit less good, but I'm not sure. It could also be the software. The RDS is working. Well, the encoder still works. That's good. It seems so to work. Okay, let's see if HF works. I will get my active antenna. Okay, I will just be using my mini whip antenna. Get rid of this box. This is here. My amplifier, the mini whip. Oh, let me just get little cables like this. I just put it up here somewhere. Please don't fall. Okay. Antenna. Then the receiver, we need PL2, B and C. So I have B and C here. And I will need to put the PL on it. Yes, here. to the receiver. Switch this one over to the lower band. Connect the antenna. Then I need a ground. The ground pin I will just take here. Now, from 12 volts we need. That is here. Okay, powered. Well, let's see. Switch it on. Well, I remember instead of it being 1 microvolt of sensitivity, I will just get the Marconi. It was really bad, so I will check that first. But it already, the noise already sounds different. So yeah, of course I receive a lot of solar panels and stuff. Everyone has solar panels nowadays. Well, let me just do 28 megahertz. Okay. We have 1 microvolt. BNC. It should be able to do 1 microvolt. 28. Yeah, if it is, step 10, back to 1. Okay. It does 1 microvolt, so that is already good. The other one was like 10 millivolts, so that was really broken. So. Okay, now that's for a little chip. There is no filtering, nothing, and we are 1 to 1.5 microvolt. 2, it starts to be really good. That is not bad at all. Okay, go. I will be trying some other bands and then I come back and we do the upgrade. Okay, on the Marconi I tried several bands, 12 megahertz, 21, 7, 14, and they all seem to work. So now I'm switching back to my mini whip antenna. I'm actually receiving a radio station. I'm now at 11.950. So it's actually receiving something. This one seems to be working. Yes, and also now I'm in 920 kilohertz, so that's really low on AM. And there should be commercial radios that I couldn't catch with the other one. So technically this one is working correct. Nothing wrong. Perfect. So let's see if we can update. I want to open it. You can have a look also to see. There are a few things we need to be sure of, and that is we need to know what type of Arduino is in it, because we need to load it in the board manager and have the correct libraries. So, but that probably will be a nano, just like the other one. Okay, let's get it open. I just leave the radio running. So the battery is good, that's no problem. I want to see if it's a different speaker, because I am almost convinced that with the other one the speaker was better. Or it's a software again, because yeah, it's a different speaker. they put in a round one, and the other one set is square one. That's a pity. Okay, if we have a look, I'll take the antenna a bit of a light. Let me zoom a bit. Yes, it's again the nano. The rest of the board seems the same. And the chip is on the bottom. Okay, it seems that the update was successful. It did reboot. I always, after you do an update, it is advised also to start it up with the EEPROM reset. So you just push the button in the front while you switch it on. So holding it, and then it will say EEPROM resetted. And it will. So we switch it on. And you can see we're using the latest 307F. And you see that the frequency is a lot bigger. Volume. Oh yeah, these buttons don't work anymore. I'm just waiting if the RDS goes. Okay, stereo, I think. Yeah, and there it is. Oh, that's funny. I'm listening to 100% NL, which is 100% Dutch. But I don't know if you can hear. So that was my lazy Wednesday. You got a little idea of what is coming also, and the update worked. So I'm happy about that. If you want to see that in detail, because I also make a video like that, I put it here, and then you can see step by step how you can do an update, which libraries you need, etc. And that's only for the small one, for the ATS20. I have already ordered also the ATS25 with a bigger display with the touchscreen, and I also want to make a video with that when I exactly understand how you can do an update, and that maybe can also help you. It was nice that the AD584 also works again. A little bit disappointed it is not exactly spot on, but maybe that will come over time, and if not, I just make a new little calibration sheet. So that's it. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Well, I hear my desoldering, but yeah, last time I forgot to clean it. Usually it's on 350, but now I'm just gonna put it to 480, and then try to clean it. Yeah, that's always a little bit tricky. You use these sticks to clean it, and when you do this, it is a little bit stuck and you push, but this thing is well, 480 degrees, so be careful. This little needle will also be, and somehow you forget. So that works better. Now I clean the filters and we go. Well, I just leave it switched on for a while, and then hopefully at some point it will burn in, because yeah, it is now 5 millivolts off. That's a pity, because it was almost spot on. And if I use here my LBO2A, you can see that the Ketley is probably alright. But at least it works again. So we just leave it running.